In this video, I will show a demo of blockchain program where we are going to add some nodes in the network, and each nodes are running on different port numbers. We will connect all the nodes first, then we will record transactions in the blockchain. Each node will be able to add user data. They will be able to add name, user ID, address, and purchase in the blockchain. Then if they want to record any transactions in the blockchain, that transactions are these user data only. So if they want to add these transactions into the blockchain, so they have to mine the block. Okay, they have to perform some tasks, they have to provide some proof of work, and then only the transactions are going to be added in the block. And finally we'll update once a block is mined, so all the other nodes should update their blockchain, right? So we will try to update the blockchain copy of all the nodes. Okay, so first let me show you the programs first. Okay, so these are the 5 files which are there in the program. There are 3 files, 3 Python files and 2 JSON files. Okay, so don't worry about these 3 Python files, they are same only, but only difference is the port number. I have mentioned a different port number for each and every for the other 2 files also. So let us say this node, on this node I am working on it. Okay, so Ashit, okay, so Ashit is working on node which is running on port number 5001. Okay, similarly we have another port on which Ashmita, okay, my friend Ashmita is working on it, port number 5002. Similarly Durga is there on Durga Prasad. Okay, so Durga is there on port number 503. Okay, so these are the 3 Python files, and these 2 are JSON files which I will talk about it later. Okay, so the methods which we are going to use for sending request are these. There are total 6 methods. Okay, and for getting so the request which we are sending to our application is HTTP request. So for handling HTTP request, we are going to use a web client which is called Postman. It is useful to get to handle the HTTP request and get the response in a user-friendly format. Okay, so this is our Postman. You can see here. Okay, let me clear everything first. Okay, so the first method which we are going to use is connect node. Okay, so connect node, what it will do, it will connect your node to all the other nodes which are there in the network, and it is a post request. Post request is an HTTP request. When we are doing any post request, when we are sending any request in the form of post request, then we are also sending some user data. Okay, some information we can send using the post request. Okay, so this is a JSON format. Okay, so in this format we can see there are different nodes here. Each it is nothing but the node address. They are running on the local host, and each one, the node 1 is running on 5001 and then node 2 is running on 5002. Similarly node 3 is running on 50003. Okay, so let me open the node.json file. So this node.json file contains it will tell you the standard format which you have to follow to connect any node. Okay, so this is about nodes.json, and then next step is get chain. It will help you to get the blockchain copy. Okay, so when you are calling this method for the first time, it will return you only the Genesis block. Okay, since no, we have not started mining, so it will for the first time it will return only the Genesis block. Then we have next method, which is add transaction method. So it will help the nodes to add user information into the blockchain. Okay, so it is a post request. So it will be a post request because we are sending user information, okay, to update the blockchain. So we have to follow this format. So for that we have a JSON file, which is transaction.json. It contains the standard format which you have to follow while sending any post request. Name, UID, address, purchase, these all things are there. Next we have mine block. Okay, if you want to add this transaction into your block, unless and until you don't mine the block, these transactions will not get updated in the blockchain. So for adding this user information, finally committing this user information in the blockchain, you have to mine the block. You have to perform some proof of work, and if it is successful, then you will be able to add the user information into the blockchain. Okay, then next is replace chain. This replace chain method is very useful. It will find the longest chain in the entire blockchain network. So what it will do, it will go through all the nodes and try to see the length of the chain of each and every node that each and every node is having. Then it will find out the longest chain finally, and it will update your copy of the blockchain. Okay, if you are not updated, it will update the blockchain copy. Okay, so and finally the next method which we are going to use is valid. So it will validate whether the blockchain is valid or not. Okay, whether all the hash values are proper or not. So these are the 6 methods that we are going to use it in our blockchain demo, and we also have other methods, but these are inside the blockchain class. Basic functions which are very useful. Create block method, which will if you find the proof of work, then block will be created. Then next is get previous block. So it will get the index of the previous block. Proof of work will compute the desired hash challenge, and hash method it will return the hash value. Then add node method will help us to connect to other nodes. Okay, so let me show you the programs also. So this is our program. For this program you need 2 libraries, 2 frameworks, web application frameworks which you have to install. One is Flask, and another is request framework. Okay, then these are the libraries: datetime, hashlab, JSONify, UUID. This UUID is useful for generating unique addresses. Okay, so this program is divided into 3 parts. First is building the blockchain. Second is mining our blockchain, and the third is decentralizing our blockchain. Okay, first is blockchain, building our blockchain. It contains the blockchain class. Okay, user defined blockchain class which we have created. We contain some methods: create block, get previous block, proof of work. Here is the hash challenge. All the nodes will try to mine the block, they will try to compute the hash value. Okay, then we have the hash method. It will return the hash value. Then is chain valid. This method will return it will check whether all the hash values are proper or not, whether the challenge is met or not. And then we have add transactions method. When the nodes are entering user information, this method will be helpful for adding our transactions, for storing our transactions. Next we have add node method. This is a very useful method for getting connected to all the other nodes in our network. And then we have replace chain method. It will find the longest chain in the entire network. Okay, so here you can see it is going through all the nodes in the network, and then it is trying to check their copy of the blockchain, their length and everything. Next, we are going to part 2, mining our blockchain. So here you can see mine block is there. This method, it will do all the computation. It will check whether the proof of work is met or not, everything, and then it will give you response. Also here you can see my name Ashit, okay, and this node address. So this UUID for this function, okay, so it will create a unique address for each and every node. So when we are successful in mining the block, you will be able to see the node address here, okay, unique node address of mine. Then we have the get chain method. It is at any point of time, if you want to get the copy of the blockchain, you can call this method. And then is valid, I have already told whether the blockchain is valid or not, everything is working fine or not. Then add transactions. So this all the JSON format, first it will check whether the keys are proper or not, all the values you have entered properly or not, key values and key and their values, and if something is missing it will return an error, okay, 404 error. This is an HTTP error method message, and if everything is working fine, it will add the transactions into your blockchain, okay, sorry, not blockchain, it will into the variable. 201 is a successful HTTP success response. 201 HTTP response. Okay, now in our part 3, decentralizing our blockchain, we have connect node to connect all the other nodes to you. Okay, then replace chain, as I have already told, it will call the replace chain method in your blockchain class and find the longest chain. Okay, now we are good to go. So first what we will do, we will run we have our 3 programs here, you can see 2 JSON files here, and now we will run each program in a terminal. Okay, we will run all the 3 programs in our nodes. So okay, program 1, node 1 is working, okay, that is me. Let us try to run this another node. Okay, on this node Ashmita, my friend Ashmita is working. Okay, fine, it is getting started. Okay, this node is also working, 5002, and then Durga. Okay, Durga is working on node number 3, which is running on 5003 port number. So as you can see, this is also running. So we have all the 3 programs running, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so now we are ready. So first we will copy this address and we will go to our postman, and here the first step which I told you was to connect to all the nodes. Okay, so for that we have a method connect node. It is a post request. Post request means we have to send some information, some data, so we will specify the nodes which we want to connect to. Okay, so first we will copy this, you have to follow this standard format. Okay, so first let us call the connect method, and since it is a post request we will select post, and then for entering the JSON format, JSON values, so first go to body, then click raw. Under raw you will find here option for selecting JSON. Okay, just we will paste it here, and you will specify the nodes which you want to connect. Okay, so 501, it is already me, so no need to specify that. Okay, now I will hit enter. Okay, it has given me a response that all the nodes are now connected, and these are the nodes which are connected to you. Okay, similarly we will do the same for other nodes. Let me copy. On this node number 2, Ashmita is working. Ashmita is there. Her port number is 2. Okay, fine. It is a post request. We will select the post request. Then again go to body. Then raw. Then under raw text. Okay, JSON. And here just do the same for this node also. Here I have to mention 1. Okay, 1 and 5001 and 5003, and hit enter. Okay, so Ashmita is now connected to me and Durga. Okay, similarly same I have to do with Durga also. Okay, first let me add the JSON file. Okay, I have to connect to node number 1 and node number 2. Okay, port number 3, and then I will hit enter. Okay, so Durga is also connected to Ashit 5001 and Ashmita 5002. Okay, now the second method is get chain. So get chain will, what it will do, it will return the block copy of the blockchain. Okay, since we are requesting it for the first time, it is, so we will get only the Genesis block. As you can see, there is only one block, length is equal to 1, which is the Genesis block. Previous hash is 0, timestamp, transactions, no transactions. Okay, similarly I will do the same on others also. Get chain. Okay, sorry, since it is a get request, we have to be very careful. Okay, yeah, same Genesis block. Similarly on node 3 also we will check. Don't forget get request, since we are not sending any information, so it is a get request. And yeah, so this method is working fine. Now the next method which we are going to call is add transactions. Okay, and we are sending some information. Okay, we are sending some information along with this request, so it is a post request. So first let me copy the standard format. Okay, so this is transaction.json format. Let me copy this and let us go to here. It is a post request, we know. Then we will call add transaction. Okay, for adding the JSON file, go to body, raw, JSON, and then paste your file here. Now we will enter some user data. Let us say Atulya. Okay, UI unique ID, just random input data. Address, let's say Kerala. Oh yeah, purchase. Okay, 1 kg, let's say, sugar. Okay, then now I will hit enter. Okay, so it has given me a response that this transaction will be added to the block 2. Okay, so block 1, in block 1 we have only Genesis block. Now I will also enter one more data. Let me enter Arya. Okay, this unique address. Okay, Kerala. Okay, let me enter 2 kg of let's say wheat. Okay, now again I will hit enter. So it is showing me that this transaction will be added to the block 2. Now let us check whether these transactions are added or not. So I will call the get chain method, and it is a get request because we are not sending any information. So it has returned the blockchain copy. So there is only one block, which is our Genesis block. So you can see clearly that the transactions are not added. So for adding the transactions into our blockchain, we need to mine the block. Okay, so for mining the block, we have a method called mine block. So we will call this method mine block, and it is a get request. We are not sending any data. Let me hit enter. Okay, so I got some responses that message like a sheet. Okay, and it is giving me an address, unique address, and it has just mind the block. Okay, a sheet just mind the block, and these are the transactions, user data which I have entered just now, Atulya, Arya, and their purchase also, unique address, and verified by, this is nothing but the node address which I have shown you here. Okay, so the next method which we are going to use is replace chain. Okay, so I have mined the block, like node which is running on 5001, but let us check whether once again I will hit enter here, and this get chain will get me the copy of the blockchain. Let us check what is the status of the copy of the blockchain here. So here you can see it is the same only Genesis block. So it has to update its blockchain. So we will call this replace chain method to update our blockchain copy. This replace chain method, it will find the longest copy of the longest chain of the blockchain, and it will update your blockchain copy. Okay, so Ashmita, which is on port number 5002, had just updated her blockchain copy. We can see it has given us response. Other nodes had different copy of the blockchain. Good, your chain is replaced by the longest one. Okay, you can see we got our transactions also, Atulya and Arya, and verified by this node. Okay, good to go. Similarly, I will do the same on Durga's end also. Okay, replace chain and hit enter. Here also I got the same response. Other nodes have different copy of the blockchain. You better update your blockchain with the longest one. Okay, good. Now I will add a transaction from this node. Okay, and add transaction method is a post method because we are sending some information. So again we will go to raw and then under that JSON, and once again let us enter some user information here. Let's say Ashit. Okay, Durga is entering my name only. Okay, unique ID, good. Address Chhattisgarh. Okay, purchase, let's say 5 kg. 5 kg packet of oil, let's say. Okay, and now I will hit enter. So we got a response that this transaction will be added to the block 3. Okay, and you have remembered that if we want to add this data into our block, we have to mine the block. Okay, but before that let me enter one more value, let's say, and one more user information, that will be good. Okay, okay, let's say 1 kg of rava. Okay, I will hit enter, and you can see it is successful response and it will be added to the block 3. Okay, now what I will do, I will send a request to mine the block, because unless and until we don't mine the block, these transactions are not going to get added into the blockchain. Okay, now I will hit enter. Yeah, okay, so we got a response, Durga. Okay, just mine the block, and with the node address, and here below it we are getting some user information also, Ashit and Anne. Then the purchase UID and verified by the node address, which in this case is Durga's address. Okay, now we will try to update, we will see what the other nodes are having the blockchain copy. Okay, so Ashmita is having a blockchain which is a blockchain of length 2. Only 2 blocks are there, so we have to update it. So by calling replace chain method, she will update her blockchain copy. Okay, so we can see other nodes are different copy of the blockchain. You better update your copy with the longest one. Okay, and now you can see here it is successfully added, index 3, Ashit and Anne, good, and the purchase, everything verified by node address, everything is working fine here. So the final method which we are going to see is valid or not. Okay, so here only I will call that method replace chain is valid or not. So at any point of time, like if Ashmita is having doubt whether the blockchain is proper or not, if any tampering is there or any attack is happened or not, so she will call this method to check that is valid or not. Okay, we got a response that all good, the blockchain is valid. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching this. Hope you all got a better understanding. Thank you.